Montreal alleyways have morphed over the years. They all began in the 1850s when it was residential islands where basically residential or more urban settings that were developing, and the horse and carriages needed these porches to access to the homes. These dirt roads then were converted a little bit later on with the business and with financial situations changing in the 1870s to the bourgeoisie sort of alleyways where we would have domestic servants that would go in and outside of the households. And there were also the working alleyways where there was an exchange or a transit of merchandise. And then fast forward to the 1950s where the automobile reigned in the urban city as the means of transportation. And then they needed to pave and basically add asphalt and cement to keep the dust down. In the 1980s to 88 was the next big change that we saw with Jean Drapeau, who took it upon himself with different initiatives, and he, in Mont-Royal, he was able to change, to give the right to basically demolish the sheds, to bring in some more sunlight, to bring in some more greenery, and he succeeded to bring in 58, to convert 58 alleyways into like greener parks. And the last part of the history is in 1995. It was reviewed, and this is where the Eco-Center was created, and the first Rue Verte was created also in Mont-Royal. We are currently in your alleyway, the green alleyway.
Yes.
So what is the name of this alleyway?
Le nom de notre ruelle, c'est la ruelle au soleil.
Ah, c'est bien, ça la donne bien.
Oui, en fait, oui, puis c'était le nom du premier programme, en fait, de Ruelle verte de Rosemont. La ruelle est devenue un refuge pendant la pandémie. Là, on a vu une communauté se créer, des gens qu'on n'avait pas encore vus dehors sortir. Il y a vraiment eu une communauté qui s'est créée. Les gens plantaient des fleurs, des arbres, n'importe quoi. Là. Il y avait vraiment ce besoin-là, je pense, d'utiliser les espaces qui étaient à proximité des maisons. Puis la ruelle en a fait partie assurément. Là. Il y a vraiment un sentiment de communauté qui est né, là, absolument.
And I felt it when I first arrived here to shoot this. I couldn't find it, and there was someone that told me, yes, I know where it is, and I know Alexandra, so you have that sense of community as soon as you walk into this space, definitely. So moving forward into spring, we can hear the birds. What are the plans for this alleyway?
En fait, là, il y a un nouveau projet qui a été accepté récemment, donc il va y avoir un petit peu de mouvement, là, je ne sais pas exactement quoi encore. Il y a l'idée de faire des spectacles un petit peu plus loin dans la ruelle. Ça a été fait pendant la pandémie, là, dans le respect de la distanciation, mais là, ça a tellement bien fonctionné et c'était tellement agréable que les gens ont dit qu'il faut absolument qu'on poursuive cette tradition-là de petits concerts très privés. Donc, il y a ça qui est en route. Puis il y a évidemment le verdissement dont on connaît déjà les bienfaits, qui est tellement positif. Donc, on veut essayer le plus possible de trouver des issues pour verdir encore davantage la ruelle.
Also here in Rosemont-Petite-Patrie, it's the borough with the most green alleyways. So this is part of, I know you guys have, I believe, 128, and you're going towards 8 more this season, apparently.
C'est aussi c'est les chiffres que j'ai vus moi aussi, mais je pense que pour, comme une habitante, là, comme une citoyenne de Rosemont, on sent surtout la participation citoyenne qui devient très, très intéressante parce que, tu sais, de verdir aussi le devant des maisons, de sentir en fait qu'on a un sentiment d'appartenance au milieu de vie dans lequel on est, c'est extrêmement intéressant. Puis, je pense que pendant la pandémie, ça a aussi amené un baume là, qui était nécessaire de sentir en fait qu'on a un impact positif vu qu'on n'en avait pas nécessairement beaucoup d'autres.
That you have the power, exactly, and you also know your neighbors. A lot of people don't know their neighbors, so this is a beautiful way to do it.
Oui, puis c'est un soutien aussi en fait là, moral dans une étape qui était quand même très difficile là, de savoir que les gens qui sont pas juste tes amis mais qui sont aussi dans une proximité physique de chez toi peuvent t'aider en cas de souci, c'est vraiment très précieux aussi.
We have multiple different projects that are available for citizens, green alleys, street gardens, tree squares that people can claim and take care of. And so our role is to accompany them, to answer their questions involved with gardening tricks or just to answer any of their questions that are related to gardening on the public space in Rosemont-Petite-Patrie.
And how does this happen? Is this via your website, or is this like through the borough?
Yeah, so they can either call 311 and the 311 will refer to our program. But they can also check out our website, Faites, comme, chez, vous.org. There's two criteria we look into before selecting alleys to be greened. One is citizen involvement. So the more people are in favor of the project, the better and the stronger the application, but also greening potential. So we look at how much concrete we can actually dig out to create flower beds. So the more potential there is, the better. And the more plants we'll be able to put, and hence increase biodiversity in the city. And also our street gardens is the same thing. There's a lot of potential on streets, like on the sidewalks. So once again, that's one of the projects where we really look for maximum potential. But yeah, the idea is really to maximize the space that we can green, and we select perennial plants and also indigenous perennial plants. So plants that are adapted to our climate here in Quebec, and that, you know, flower every year, they come back, and that's a way to increase biodiversity and living spaces for pollinization.
Yes,
yeah,
definitely.
pollinization and pollinizing insects. Yeah. At the same time, we understand that an alley is not just somewhere where you want to green, but it's also a place where you want to create a sense of belonging, a sense of community, and to meet your neighbors and have, you know, barbecues and your kids play together. And so that's a really important aspect for us that we take in consideration when we do green alleys. So we want to put different furniture like benches and tables and you know, create special areas where kids are more safe to play. There's a very long and thorough process where we consult the citizens and make sure that all the flower beds are placed at the right area, that we're not blocking any accesses to either parking spots or fence openings. So there's a very thorough consultation period, and normally in July or August, that's when the contractor comes and digs out the flower beds and puts the flower boxes where they're supposed to, based on a layout plan that we thoroughly check. And then when spring comes, there are options to organize collective cleaning activities. And with the quartier in Rosemont, they offer gloves and garbage bags and everything kind of that you
and even t-shirts. I know
yeah.
T-shirts because I've had one.
Yes, exactly. So that's with the quartier.
Perfect. Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us at MAtv, and
Thank you. It was my pleasure.
Yeah, and hopefully our MAtv viewers will be inspired to go out and explore their green spaces or bring more green into their lives.
Yes, we hope so too. Look forward to meeting some new citizens.